It's fair to say Lewis Hamilton wasn't as impressed with the decision to do 2 laps and therefore awarding half points, describing it as a farce and saying money talks. Horner certainly showed more sympathy than Helmut Marko, who said, "The conditions are certainly borderline, but something like this shouldn't happen in the warm-up lap." Wheatley had other ideas, responding, "This is not Le Mans, so I think he can compete. Mechanical support only counts if the race has already started." Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Joe Tyrrell and welcome back to GP Blog. We saw next to no racing at the Belgian Grand Prix, but that doesn't mean there weren't big talking points. Everyone had something to say about the weather conditions. Sergio Perez's re-entry into the race caused plenty of discussion, and there was so much confusion about what the deal was with the whole lap situation. Oh, and of course, George Russell picked up a podium too. Here's how the teams, drivers and bosses reacted to that crazy Belgian Grand Prix. Before racing got underway, Sergio Perez's race looked over as he crashed out on his way to the grid. Conditions were treacherous and the Mexican paid the price as he clipped the curb and lost the rear of the car, smashing into the barrier. Even Red Bull thought it was over, telling Perez, "Okay Checo, that is us done. P1 and cool the engine." It was gutting for Perez, who had work to do anyway, starting down in 7th. Speaking to Sky, Red Bull boss Christian Horner said, "Very disappointing not to take to the start." He reported that he couldn't really see anything and then the car just got away from him. Pretty nasty conditions out there. Horner certainly showed more sympathy than Helmut Marko, who said, "The conditions are certainly borderline, but something like this shouldn't happen in the warm-up lap. Not an ideal start for Red Bull. One man down, and Max Verstappen had a big target on his back." However, when the race was red flagged after an attempted safety car start, Red Bull sensed an opportunity to rebuild his car with a restart time not in sight. But would he be allowed to race? Initially, Michael Massey told them no. I think that's a no. He has had help from outside to return to the pit lane, was Michael Massey's initial response to Jonathan Wheatley's question. Wheatley had other ideas, responding, "This is not Le Mans, so I think he can compete. Mechanical support only counts if the race has already started." The question was, however, had the race started? We still don't really know in all honesty, but Perez was allowed to start, albeit from the pit lane. Before I get into what was said about the weather, if you are new around here, it means a lot if you could hit the like button, subscribe and turn on notifications. We've got plenty of content coming up in the second half of the season. Perez's incident was just a small segment of a crazy race that never was, and the weather conditions continued to dominate as they had done all weekend. It looked like F1 had missed the best opportunity to race, with the better conditions earlier in the day. However, even then they weren't ideal. Verstappen seemed to think otherwise. "It's wet, but for me it's fine to race," he said on the radio. It's fair to say the feelings weren't mutual. Hamilton said, "I really can't see anything behind," whilst Russell told his team, "I can't see anything up until turn 5, not even the red light of Verstappen ahead." Even Horner agreed with his rivals, telling Sky, "From a grip point of view, Max thought it was okay, probably for those behind, but it's visibility, and being at the front, Max can see." Conditions didn't change, and Gunther Steiner described the forecast as dire, when there were rumours of racing on Monday instead. So we never got any racing in the end, but we did complete 2 laps behind the safety car, which means we got a result, albeit half points, and George Russell secured his first ever podium in Formula 1. Mid-race, he tweeted, "To all the fans getting soaked out here at Spa right now, sorry to keep you waiting, and thanks for braving the weather. We know it's frustrating for you all, but safety has to come first. Fingers crossed we can get a result today, one way or another." And when his podium was confirmed, he didn't seem fazed by how it came, adding, "Yes guys, that's a podium. Doesn't matter how it comes, they all count. And the team deserve this so much. Get in there." It's fair to say Lewis Hamilton wasn't as impressed with the decision to do 2 laps and therefore awarding half points, describing it as a farce and saying money talks. I mean money talks, the Brit told Sky Sports F1. It was literally the 2 laps to start the race. It's all a money scenario. So everyone gets their money, and I think the fans should get theirs back too, because unfortunately they didn't get to see what they came and paid for. Certainly some strong words from the 7-time world champion. And I must say, I actually agree with him. It wasn't a normal race, that's for sure, but next week we head to Zandvoort for the first Dutch Grand Prix since its return was announced. So hopefully we have more action then. That's all we've got time for today. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, do all that wonderful stuff. But from me, I'll catch you next time.